Actually, don't. If you killed somebody, don't tell me, actually. Every single comment's just some mad Italian guy being like, "You're not doing it right." Like, what's the CO murder guy? A sandwich like this is enough to forgive you from your sins. Some dumb Italian grandson's gonna be pissed because I didn't make these by hand. The Sopranos. I've been watching too much of it. So I decided today was gonna be a good day. To dress up in my most Goomba outfit and make some Italian food. Some real Italian food. Sopranos rocks. First time watching it, having an amazing time with it. Every time I watch it, those fat make me extremely hungry. So we're making ziti first. I can't promise that's gonna be the last time that I do the impression, but I'm gonna try to avoid it because it's not very good. We got a pan here, some olive oil, that big ziti. Already doing the accent again. But nah, dude, the food, those dumb Goombas, they really know how to make food sound and taste delicious. I have little respect for Italian people, like Italian Americans. Italian people are cool. I'm sure Italy's rad, but Italian Americans, the show is set in like 1999, like 2000, early 2000s-ish, and they're talking about anti-Italian discrimination like it's the 1930s. We're gonna sweat some onions, and we're gonna hit it with some garlic. I know, you can say this isn't right, but I'm lazy. We got my Nona's wooden spoon. I'm not Italian at all. Just a squirt of tomato paste, really build that sauce up nicely. You know what we call my grandma and grandpa? Grandma and grandpa. We didn't call it your Nona and Nona. Then we hit it with our Italian sausage. Just got some ground Italian sausage here. Break it up. Almost all Italian Americans are kind of like that class clown, like the attention seeker in like middle school. You know, they just have to make sure everybody knows that they need attention for who they are, that their parents got a divorce, except for when it's Italians, it's like, my grandpa got discriminated against. My favorite kind of Italians are the kind that don't think they're white. Just because you got a little bit of this doesn't mean that you're Italian, you know what I'm saying? That's the other thing about that show, the Sopranos, right? They go to Italy and they bring back a guy from Italy to join their family, right? Makes sense. My favorite part about that episode is that they hate the real Italian food. That cracks me up. It just shows, it really drives home the point that American Italian food is lame. That the fact that everyone online bitches and moans about how if you cooked like carbonara wrong or like anything like that, you up a red sauce or something, and every single comment's just some mad Italian guy being like, "You're not doing it right." In Italy, you're not doing anything right either. It highlighted how dumb these Goombas are. I'm trying hard not to say worse Italian slurs because they're fun to say. Brown up that meat. Maybe this is a lot of meat, but I like my sauce meaty. It smells good already. Sweating in here. Now that this is getting brown-ish, got just a can of tomato sauce right here going in. Hit it with like half a can of water. Dry basil. I don't live in a very Italian town, and the stores around me don't carry like basil and some red pepper for some heat. I love Italian names. They're all named Anthony. You know, you got Anthony Sr., Anthony Jr., but then they still call AJ. That's Anthony the Third. Do Italian people not know how to count? That's what I live in the Midwest, and the Midwest doesn't really have that many Italian people, but more specifically, I live in the Southwest Michigan, and we're so Midwest that we don't even get the cool immigrants. You know, we have like Polish people. We have no culture. We were just like my whole family got over on the boat from the Netherlands, and they were just pretty much like, yeah, we're not Dutch anymore. We're American. Stirring constantly, and we're just gonna go a little deeper than this, trying to reduce it a bit. One of my favorite lines in the first season, when Carmela's trying to the priest, they're watching I think they're watching The Godfather, and she's like, "Oh, Tony loves this." Tony, every Italian person sounds the same to me. He likes the first Godfather, or the second one, because they go to Italy or whatever. And the priest goes, "Really? He likes The Godfather. How does he feel about Goodfellas?" So good. The show is amazing. If you haven't watched it, highly recommend. Whack. What an impeccable, a perfect word for just back of the head shot to the dome with a suppressor. Like what's the CO murder guy? I heard people saying he got whacked, and that's a mob style whack if I've ever seen one. I don't have an opinion on it. No Fed posting here. If I did, I just think mob style assassinations are sick. If you're gonna kill somebody, there's two ways to murder someone that I'm like, all right, that's fine. First, obviously, very honorably, samurai style, where you like sneak into their house and you wake them up and then you stab them in the guts with a samurai sword. That shit's badass. And the second, obviously, is no honor. Just, you know, like Joe Pesci's character in Goodfellas. Like you walk in, you trick them into thinking they're about to be a made man. As soon as they walk in, just pop right to the back of the dome. Both acceptable ways to kill someone in my eyes. Not saying you should, but if you are gonna kill somebody, that's a cool way to do it. That's if you were wondering, I know a lot of you were shaking in your beds waiting for Matt Heibels' opinion on the Luigi Mangielli, whatever the you say that Italian last name. If you were wondering about my opinion, which of course I don't have one, but if I did, it would be that it's simply just kind of a sick-ass way to kill somebody. Do I agree with his actions? Leave that up to your interpretation. I am your canvas. You cast your ideas onto me. You know, this, dude. I'm doing spoilers. When they whack stone cold, dude. It's gotta suck so bad to just have to kill your best friend because he's not abiding by your honor system. Man, dude, that would suck. I could never join the mob. Not just because I'm not Italian, but just because I'm so bad at not gossiping. They're all the most gossipy. That's the one thing about Italians, they love to gossip. But like the mob people, they love to gossip so much. But then they just do it in like a way that's like super slick and like cool. And I could never, because I'll just flat out tell you. If I know a secret, it's getting let out, I can tell you that. Yeah, so if you guys have secrets, DM them to me. I'll share them on the show. Where like once a week, I'll tell your deepest, darkest secret. And then from there, like I won't put your username. I won't tell anybody. Maybe you can get something off your chest then. Maybe you killed somebody. I'm not gonna snitch because it's all on the internet and it's all a lie. Actually, if you killed somebody, don't tell me, actually. That is one thing that's cool about the mob, the no snitching policy. I'm pretty much in the mob. We used to do that in elementary school. You tell on your friends when you get sent to the principal's office, they're as good as a rat to me. All right, this is boiled down enough for my liking. Right here we got some rigatoni noodles. They didn't have ziti noodles at the store. We're just gonna drop these in. I cooked these earlier. If you don't know how to cook noodles, just read the back of the package. It's so simple. Pot too small. Oh well. Fold these in on itself. Get everybody nice and sauced up. I want to know they all get their hair like that. All right. Now we just put some of this in the sheet. About half of it. Then we got some cubed mozzarella we're gonna throw in here for little bites of mozz. Fresh mozz. It's not fresh. It was just the 8-ounce block. And then we're gonna top it off with the rest of this. The sauce could have reduced more, but it's all going in the oven, so who cares? Get it all in there. Spread it out. And then we got some ricotta. We're just gonna do little dollops of it. If you're not Italian, this goes nuts. We're gonna top it with some more mozzarella. Now throw it in the oven. I always do 350, but however temp you want. It's fucking heavy. Gabagool. We all know Tony Soprano has a problem with it. Spoiler. But it's good. I had to get it in a 3-pack because we don't have any Italian delis around here. But seeing those sandwiches on the show, and as a sandwich guy myself, been wanting some gabagool, some capicola. So we're gonna make one. Got a French bread roll, because we also don't have like heroes around me, which is devastating because they are so good. Also I forgot to buy like cheese for this sandwich, so I'm just gonna grate some mozzarella, get it nice and good. Get it even, Tone, get it even. Got a piece there. Then we got the gabagool. Don't worry, I'm not gonna pass out on you. It's gonna be a little baby sandwich, but that's all right. I know Paulie would be upset with me if he saw this sandwich, but what can you do, you know? I'm working with finite resources. It's like I'm in the witness protection agency. God, the voice. And my girlfriend's sick of it, I can only imagine. We're gonna do a lot. We're doing this whole row of capicola, which as an Italian American, how the are you saying capicola? Capicola? Whatever the however you say it. How are you getting gabagool out of it? That's the most ludicrous pronunciation I've ever heard. It's also cool that Italian guys never gave up on like the 50s greaser aesthetic. We got some grilled peppers going on. I thought I hated lunch meat growing up, and it's no, I just hate like ham lunch meat or turkey lunch meat, roast beef. It's just like shit's gross. But give me some capicola, some gabagool, some prosciutto. I love prosciutto. I love all that shit. but give me some. I'm gonna pass on my turkey and American cheese sandwich. You guys in the East Coast of America, you're real lucky. You got some olive oil going on too, might as well. And then as a little treat to myself, got some burrata here, whatever the I've never got this stuff before, but it though, it looks good. Got a ball of mozzarella cheese. I guess we're just gonna layer it in there. Finally, we're just gonna hit it with some pepper, and we're just gonna close this up. Look at that. This is gonna be my dinner for tonight. That truly is just a fantastic sandwich. That's so good. Holy sh**. Tony, I get you, big dog, the gabagool. Even if it's killing you, a sandwich like this is incredible. It's worth the heart issues. It's worth the anxiety attacks. It's worth being a bad dad to your kids because your life is too mixed up with the mob. But a sandwich like this, it makes you forget all the people you killed, all the drugs you sold. It makes you forget about all of that. All the people you lied, cheated, and stole from. All the business you destroyed because they owed you money gambling. A sandwich like this is enough to forgive you from your sins and allow you to go to heaven for at least the time of eating the sandwich. Hail Mary, ooh, gabagool. All right, you fucking paisans. We got our baked ziti here. I see what all the fuss is about in the show. We're gonna give this a try. I'm not gonna eat too much of it because this is gonna be my dinner for the next week. That's really good. These Goombas, they might not be very smart, and they may not be able to do much right, but food, I don't think they can miss. Our last Italian-American dish, cannolis. It was the first introduction I had to Italian-American food, like real Italian-American food. My sister would watch Cake Boss. I hated that show, and I hated that Guido buddy, and I might have hated the guy and the way that they talk and the all that shit. But I thought cannolis looked quite intriguing. A couple years later, we took a trip to New York. I was about 12. I had to stop at the Cake Boss thing in Times Square and get a cannoli, and I did, and it was amazing. It was like such a new flavor. The crunch and the savory and the sweetness of it all is just blew my mind. So we're gonna make some. This is ricotta with powdered sugar. See, that's the real like Midwestern coming out of me. The ricotta. I forgot to hit start on the main camera when I started doing this, so that's why it looks like that. We're just gonna hit it with some vanilla extract. Mix that up. Delicious. Taste it to see if the powdered sugar ratio is good. That's so good. I'm so pumped on this right now, you have no idea. All right, and then we're gonna hit it with some pistachios that I blended up real quick, some chocolate chips. We're doing a mixture because I can. And I love a good chocolate chip and I love a good pistachio cannoli. So we're doing a mixture. Fold it in. Now we're gonna scoop this into a plastic bag. I could eat shit by just a spoonful. If only I had the right tool for the job. I do. None of it goes to waste, because this shit's like crack. All right, yeah, I'm getting the right tool for the job. Put it in, scoop it up. That's one thing that Italians do well, that we Dutch people can relate to. Your love for sweets and your ability to do them right. My girlfriend's Greek. Greek sweets, I know her mom watches my videos, but I have to say Greek sweets, they don't hold a candle to Dutch sweets. And they also don't hold a candle to Italian sweets. So you Italians, I might have beef with you, but you do sweets incredibly well. And now I just got some pre-made cannoli shells. I was gonna try to make cannoli dough by hand, but that seemed a little more work than it was worth for me right now. I'm just gonna cut the tip of this off. Got our first cannoli. I'm gonna take it and just kind of squeeze in like that. Well, that came out better than I thought it was going to. Squeeze in like that. And we take one side, dunk it in chocolate chips, take the other, dunk it in the pistachios. Look at how beautiful that came out. I mean, I didn't make much other than the filling, but the fact that the filling tastes like real cannoli filling telling me I did something right. God, these dirty, greasy Italians figured something out with the cannoli. I love pistachio. Pistachio ice cream is a wonderful thing. Pistachio cannoli is another just amazing thing. Golly, look at that. Look at that cannoli. Wonderful cannolis. This makes me so pumped. I'm gonna make these for like Christmas. I'm gonna bring some Italian-American flavor to my very non-Italian family by making a bunch of these. Maybe I'll make the dough for that. No, I won't. I know that some nonna, some dumb Italian grandson's gonna be pissed because I didn't make these by hand, and his nonna does it. I'm not your nonna. I'm just some guy that wants a quick and easy cannoli without spending a arm and a leg for one. Who's mad that this took me half the time it would, a quarter of the time, a third of the time? I f***ed that one up. This one up. The last one, damn it. Oh well, I'll eat this one. Cannoli. That's so good. That's fantastic. If you can find that box of cannoli shells and you want to make some quick dessert, this is the one. Just eat a cannoli if you can.